Okay, so E-40's restaurant, man, the Lumpia Company. I'm hoping I'm not pronouncing that right now. We heard that it was broken into over the weekend out there in Oakland, Northern California. Now, this happened sometime around 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, the surveillance cameras have reportedly captured all the suspects during the whole break-in. Just seeing his stuff being violated is crazy, man. But now, from what I'm hearing, man, the thieves didn't take just the food and the merchandise and stuff like that, man. I mean, they stole a lot of stuff, $1,000 worth of equipment that was being used for community events and movie nights and karaoke nights. Even the upcoming FIFA World Cup watch parties, man. He had everything set up for the people. And they later spoke out, man, and basically said that this hurts, man, because it wasn't just equipment that was stolen. It was something that they was using to bring the community together. You dig what I'm saying? And now part of this story that really got my attention was, it's messed up when somebody breaks into your business and it steals from people that work so hard, for what they got. But this situation feels a little different because, E40 has always been one of them type of people, man, that gave back to his community, investing and things like that, and giving game, and giving hella game. You know what I'm saying? To people who, want to know a little thing or two, you know what I mean, about, getting money and, handling your business and things like that. E40 has always been just giving back and things like that. This just wasn't a restaurant, selling food. They were doing a lot of things for the community. Now, this is a place where people could come together and watch games and join events and hang out with family and friends and actually have something positive going on in the neighborhood, and y'all just don't take food, y'all don't take merchandise, but y'all took all the equipment that can actually make all of these things happen in the community, and that's what really bothers me. Now, some people might look at this and say, you know, E40 got money, he can replace it, it's nothing, and that might be true, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of y'all just missing the point, because what if he couldn't, right? What if he couldn't? What if that restaurant was everything, he invested? What if it was all their money, everything, all their savings, all their hard work was tied up in that business, and something like this could destroy somebody. Like, I'm talking about put them under. Some people, borrow against their house to start a business, and for you to take everything is just crazy. You get what I'm just saying? And that's why a lot of people don't want to invest in certain neighborhoods and do certain things for certain communities. People always ask, why don't we have more businesses? Why don't we have more restaurants? Why don't we have, more places for family and kids to go? And this is one of the reasons why it'll discourage people. You know what I mean? Because when somebody takes a chance and they open up a business, create jobs and they create opportunities, and then they try to do something positive, all it takes is one selfish person to come along and violate everything. Then everybody suffers. The owner suffers, the employees suffer, the customers, they got to go through it, and the community obviously, they lose another positive space, that they could have went to and enjoyed themselves. So, but thankfully, E40 and his team said they gonna move forward. They not shutting down. They still gonna serve customers, and they planning to keep pushing through this whole situation. And honestly, I respect that. So shout out to 40 Water for keeping his head high, man, through this adversity. You dig? But they staying in the fight. Hopefully police can identify who was responsible and bring them to justice. But I want to know what y'all think about this situation. Do situations like this discourage people from investing? Would you continue your business? Knowing that it may affect the community if you close it or whatever case may be, or could you withstand that hit, from somebody doing that, or you just feel like even if you could replace the stuff, like you just feel so violated, it's like, man, I don't even want to do this no more. Like, let me know in the comment section below. It's Mr. Lee with the Backstage Hype. I'll catch y'all next video. Peace.